Hi trackies, welcome back to another video. First I want to say thank you so very much for reaching out. Guys, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. But yes, you can see the title as well. I definitely need your help. And yes, it's me versus Television Jamaica, and I need a lawyer. In this moment, I'm pretty calm. I've had my moments where I've spazzed. If y'all know me, and a lot of you know me, especially when I'm live, y'all know how I get. So yes, I've taken those days, I've spazzed, I've cried on it, I've prayed on it as well. And in this moment, I'm pretty calm because I know no weapon formed against me will prosper. All right, so why do I need a lawyer? Well, in the past few days, I've received several copyright strikes. From Television Jamaica, 5 in total, which ended up being 2 because how YouTube works is that if you try to bulk copyright strike a channel in one moment, it can only work as one strike, right? So those 4 on the first day was one strike, and then I received another one the next day, interestingly. And this is where I realized that, well, I didn't realize, no, because I realized from before, and I was trying to tell you all that, hey, Television Jamaica is actually targeting me and trying to destroy TxT Tracktime, but a lot of you didn't believe me. And here we are in 2025 where that's what they're actually doing, right? And it's clear as day because the first 4 videos that got struck, I've learned my lesson in previous years, previous run-ins with Television Jamaica, had zero content in relating to TVJ, whether it be Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Champs 2025 or any other year, right? However, interestingly, I was copyrighted for those videos. Now, the first, dead giveaway or red flag for 2025 is that the track is black, green, and gold. For the majority of the content that I posted, the track is blue, as well as I believe I had snippets from, elsewhere as well that had nothing to do with racing. You know what I mean? But as I said, not a black, green, and gold track. So I'm like, okay, how can you be copyrighting me for Champs 2025 when this isn't even the same track? You know what I mean? However, after speaking with a few people, they're like, maybe they're confusing it, for champs in previous years. But I'm like, okay, fine, but it's still not TVJ's content, so they can't copyright me for that. Of course, countering it is my first go-to, right? Okay, we're clear on that. But I decided as well that I'm not gonna allow TVJ to silence me. So of course I'm gonna keep speaking on champs. And I post another video the next day, and guys, can you believe it? They struck me again. This time I made sure to stay clear of the National Stadium. Any content having to do with the National Stadium wasn't used in my video, but yet I was so struck. I was like, okay, clearly you're targeting TxT Tracktime. And if y'all didn't believe me when I told you that in 2024, you better believe me now. This is what is happening. I've never seen this in my life where you copyright somebody for content that doesn't belong to you. Ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. But there are far reaching implications as well because TVJ can just decide whimsically just because they don't like you, or maybe they're trying to crush the influence that you have. Because, yes, I do have a lot of influence in this space as well, right? They can just whimsically decide to strike you as a small content creator, and there's nothing you can do about it. They can just tell those type of lies. And I'm like, do y'all understand, for everybody coming up in this space, that if you ever get on TVJ's wrong side, there's no hope for you? Just think about it. There's so many other events coming up, and the moment TxT Tracktime decides to speak on it, TVJ can just come in and say, whoops, copyright strike, for no reason, for absolutely no reason, guys. So I definitely need help. I'm definitely going to be fighting this 100%. So as I said, I've had previous run-ins with them, so I've learned my lesson. Interestingly, there's an interesting story between myself and my sister when she used to be on the channel as well, where before we even started TxT Tracktime, I was saying to her that I think we should stay clear of TVJ and Champs, because before we started, the channel, I realized that there are a few channels I used to love watching that used to post races, and specifically when they posted Champs races, I realized that some of those channels just disappeared, right? No, Champs races could be TVJ's recording, but for most of the channels it wasn't TVJ's recording. There was their own recording inside the stadium, and the channels just disappeared. So I was like, I speculated from way back that, okay, I think this has something to do with TVJ. So we're not going to be posting anything, any races. I mean, full race, from TVJ. That doesn't mean that, I didn't, silly me, try to use snippets from TVJ. So let me give you an example. In 1 year, I was comparing Alana Reid to Brianna Liston, and I was speculating perhaps she had a shot at the 200-meter record at Champs for Class 1 because she had run that 10.92. Now, for me, I went back in the past and I said, okay, here's a snippet, a small section of Brianna Liston running that record. I wonder if, Alana can challenge it. Boopsa was copyrighted for the video. I was like, well, I guess they don't even want me to use snippets of things in the past as well. So, all right, I won't do anything in relation to that. And interestingly as well, I do have my speculations as it relates to who stands to also benefit if TxT Tracktime is no longer functioning the way it's supposed to function. Because incidentally, there's, another channel that copied the same video and posted it the same day, and I got the copyright strike, incidentally, right? And I didn't see anything happen there for them. But anyway, right? So moving on to the following year, silly me decided that, all right, since y'all don't want me to use any, snippets, I won't. Fine. I decided to screenshot, guys, screenshot. I screenshotted a section. Well, it's a still, so it's just one thing, right? And I showed like, okay, this is what happened at point B in the race, right? So I'm explaining things and I'm showing point B in the race. Got a copyright strike for that. Now, clearly that's illegal. Trying to get through YouTube's notification as a single entity is nearly impossible. I need a lawyer to do that. So, I wasn't able to counter it at all without, that kind of assistance. So I let it go. I kind of sucked it up. But from then on, I started to say that, hey guys, I think I'm realizing a pattern here, right? I think TVJ just doesn't like me. But as I said, from when I said that, you guys thought it was a joke. And you guys even speculated that I was using their videos. And I remember, back in 2024, I was saying, hey guys, I actually didn't use any of their videos. You know what I mean? So it's strange that here I am, 2024, copyrighted for a screenshot. Well, I did speculate back then that it was a screenshot. Now looking at 2005, I'm just wondering, 25, I'm just wondering if they were just copyrighting me willy-nilly. You know what I mean? Because as I said, people can't copyright you for a screenshot. You know what I mean? That's illegal, right? But as I said, I had no representation from a lawyer, so I just let it go. But in 2025, especially with how far I've come with TxT Tracktime, I'm not letting this one go, guys. I refuse to. I use none of their content in production of my videos, and to just see them willy-nilly come and copyright strike me, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy, and it just goes to show you the level of harassment that they're giving TxT Tracktime in the background that you all don't even know. Sometimes I'm going through some things and I just hold it and I don't really say anything, but you know, I need your help in this instance. And my mother says that, hey, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. I didn't grow up, being taught to really ask for help like that. I've been taught how to, stand on my 2 feet, kind of. So, but where I am right now, and to get through this, I need everybody's help. So, if any of y'all are lawyers that watch or know any lawyers that can help pro bono in this instance, that is, then I would appreciate it, because the steps I want to take are, and I did get some good advice in the comments, so I'm thanking you guys for that as well. I want to counter notify or do a counter notification. I need a lawyer to write that up. And also, I saw where somebody said in the comments, do a cease and desist. Not necessarily a cease and desist per se. However, just to contact TVJ, tell them to remove the copyright strikes, and if they don't remove the copyright strikes, then we'll be going forward with legal action. Right now, this is where I'm going to need additional help if we get that far, and I hope we don't get that far, because as I said, we didn't use their content. There's nothing illegal in what I did, so I'm hoping that good sense will prevail and they do what they're supposed to do, which is remove the copyright strikes. Right? If they don't, then I'm gonna have to, I say unfortunately, because as I said, it's not my thing, but set up a GoFundMe where I'll ask you guys to help fund the assistance of retaining legal representation. As I said, if it's the lawyer that assists me through this process, then sure, I'll be continuing with the same lawyer to continue the process. But as I said, I don't foresee going that far because I don't think TVJ is silly enough to go through a lawsuit with me to try to prove that I used their content when I didn't. I think that's crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that this gets resolved as quickly as possible. But the first step is me getting a lawyer. This is time sensitive as well, which is why I'm going this route to ask for a lawyer before doing any kind of ask for help from a monetary perspective, because all that is going to take time for you guys to do donations and everything, and for all that money to come together. It's going to take time which unfortunately I don't have in this instance when it comes to countering these strikes, right? So the first instance is getting these legal letters written up. So I'm hoping that I can get some help from you guys. Anybody that knows a lawyer, as I said, if you guys are lawyers, please have them reach out. I'll put my number in the description as well as on the screen. You guys can also DM me on Instagram, WhatsApp me when you get my number. Guys, my number is my personal number. So please, y'all know me when it comes to my number. I don't really like giving it out, guys, because I like to keep my personal life separate apart from TxT Tracktime. So with me putting my number out there, guys, don't do with it what you will. Okay? I appreciate you guys. But that being said, this is where I am right now, asking for help. And that's all I can do right now. I need some help, and this time I'm not backing down because it has far-reaching implications, as I said. Because if I try to cover anything in the future, TVJ can just wantonly decide to copyright me, just like that, just like that. I've never seen this in my life. And like somebody said in the comments, and I want to read this comment because I'm starting to cry. I know I've reached a calm place, but the more I talk is the more emotional I get. So I'm sorry, guys. Somebody said in the comments, and I want to read this comment. I'll put it up on the screen as well. YouTube copyright policies are so biased towards the huge entities claiming copyright violations. The policy is basically guilty until you can prove you are not. And we may also suspend or delete your channel whether you're in the wrong or not, right? While simultaneously having essentially zero repercussions for false or even malicious copyright claims by these big organizations. And that's what I'm going through. False and malicious copyright claims. And guess what? TVJ will face zero repercussions from their action, right, in copyrighting me for content that they very well know doesn't belong to them. Because clearly, copyright 2025 is a chance. The check is black, green, and gold. I use nothing black, green, and gold. So that's the first, instance of realizing that I didn't even touch their content, but they still, willy nilly copyrighted me for copyright that they have for this year. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, which champs, race or video did you see me post? Right. So um this policy, guys, is skewed to work against small creators, 100%, because as I said, guilty until you can prove that you're not. And in this instance, guys, while in the past I may have sucked it up and decided that, all right, I'm just going to take it on the chin. I did use a snippet here and there. I did use a screenshot here and there. You know what I mean? In this instance, no, no, no more. Because if I let them get away with this, I can just imagine the hell I'm going to be facing going forward with doing anything. And I refuse. I refuse. I'm so passionate about track and field. That's the reason I started this channel. And I knew not many people weren't going to like me, because I know in commentary, many people won't like you when you do commentary. So I've never tried to be liked. You guys know that. I've always said I'm keeping myself away from the hype, because this is not what this channel is about. It's about giving you my honest thoughts on what's going on. And here we are, where, I'm being attacked, targeted maliciously by TVJ, as I said. Think about who also stands to benefit. As I said, I have my suspicions there, 100%, because I realized from a certain timeline that I started being targeted after something specific happened, right? And I'm like, this is quite interesting. But anyway, guys, long story short is I didn't use any content for TVJ, so I want to get this sorted out. This is time sensitive, so this is the route I want to take, and I'm hoping it's the best route. If y'all have any further advice, feel free to say it in the comments. Of course, y'all know I live in the comments. I'm always talking my face off in there anyway, because I love interacting with y'all anyway. So yeah, feel free. As I said, I will leave my number. You guys can DM me. Every way you can reach out to me, I'll pretty much put in the description as well. So guys, I'm remaining faithful. Okay, I'll catch you in the next one.